Now, it happens to be the 16th day of the war and the bombings continue. Several cities in Iran have also been hit, but the most significant was this one in Isfahan, which is a city in central Iran, where 15 factory workers were killed as per reports. The targeted site was a civilian factory. It's a factory that produces refrigerators and heaters. Isfahan has been at the center of this campaign since it began. It's also a very important area. It's not just in the middle of the country, it's also full of civilian infrastructure, including economic infrastructure such as factories and other establishments. It also has a series of military establishments and infrastructure as well. And it also hosts some of Iran's most important nuclear sites. It had come under attack during the 12-day war in June last year, where specific nuclear installations had been targeted by Americans and Israeli strikes. But this explosion that you're witnessing currently on the screens right now is dated the 14th of March 2026, and it's from Isfahan, a city in central Iran. Iranian authorities claim that this was a factory, a civilian factory that had been targeted by American and Israeli missiles, and that 15 people died in this specific attack. The Americans have also claimed that the targets on the radar in Isfahan were in fact related and associated with the IRGC or the Iran Revolutionary Guard Corps. So we're currently witnessing a battle of narratives as well playing out on this particular issue. Let me go across immediately to my colleague Mayank, who's reporting to us from Israel as we speak. Mayank, hope you're doing safe. Tell us about the situation that's prevailing on the ground there as well, because in the initial days of the entire targeted strikes, we also witnessed a deadly attack on the part of Iranian missiles in Bet Shemesh in Israel. Subsequently, of course, there have been a series of other attacks that have been intercepted by Israeli counter missiles. What's the situation that we currently see prevailing in Israel?
Just to bring out the dichotomy which we are facing right now on ground is that high velocity wind is gushing all around. On my right is Mediterranean, and the waves are lashing the coast here. So what you see is actually temperatures here have dipped, but what has not, there's no let up in the situation which is there. There were multiple blasts which were heard during the night. There were lots of sirens, many times the sirens blew in the night. People had to rush to the safety bunkers and all. But as I said, there's no let up in the operations which are continuing, and as the statements are coming, it doesn't seem that things will change in the future also, and it is going to continue the way it is. Air defenses, although they are working all around, and as you described, Bet Shemesh, yesterday we were there, and there was a pall of gloom spread all across there. It was covering the area. People were sad, and everyone wants to see that the war gets over, but as people believe, it's not going to end so soon. And as you talked about Iran also, both sides are now selecting targets in such a way that the economy is crippled. And as far as Iran is concerned, they are trying to hit the targets which are in the region in such a way that it hits or other forces, either Israel or US to capitulate in some way or the other. So temperature although has dipped here in Tel Aviv, where we are standing right now, and the high winds are gushing, but then there is no let up in the kind of operations which are going on.
Tel Aviv, I've had the good fortune of visiting Tel Aviv. It's a bustling city, and 24/7, and especially in the backdrop of the Mediterranean Sea, the people there step out as late as 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning and begin working out. And you see hordes of people, especially in the early hours of the morning as well, present in the city center as well, by the sea. It's a beautiful backdrop, but tragically, of course, it wears a completely deserted look right now behind you, because there are alarms, there are sirens going off, people are in the bunkers. Tell us about the transformation within a span of days that we witness now in Israel.
Very good. The way you have brought out things, actually, this society has, after so many experiences of the way the things have happened, they have made friends with the kind of situation they face. Which I mean to say is that whenever there is a danger, imminent danger, they rush to the places of safety. But as soon as the internal ministry, which is internal home front command, it sends a message that things are over, that people come out and start doing their daily chores. So in a way, the society, entire society has molded itself, has transformed and taken these kinds of situations as part of their life. The best part is actually there's no chaos on ground. You have also brought it out that beautifully. Whenever anything happens, there's no chaos on ground. People have set exercises, and that brings us kind of a semblance. And within minutes, as soon as things, emergency is over, people come out, start doing things as normal as they can be. But what as we both are talking, and to the viewers, we can say that there is always a sort of a shadow of things which are there. I mean, in psychological terms, we often use a term called as PTSD, post-trauma syndrome disorder. But then I think life has become normal in such a way that they have made crisis as part of their life here. So yes, things carry on. I mean, it goes on, but it's never good because missiles, when they land, they don't discriminate between a child or anybody, and that can be on any side. I mean, whether it's in Iran or it's in Israel. And yesterday, that same thing we witnessed. We brought out a special report from Beit Shemesh. Okay. That same thing we witnessed yesterday, because lots of children had also died in that missile which landed in Beit Shemesh.
Right, Mayank, I mean, the area that you're standing at, typically during normal hours of the day, it'll be teeming with people. But unfortunately, times have changed, and many people are now either in their homes or in the bunkers. One follow-up question, Mayank. There is also a psychological war of narratives that we're witnessing between both Iran as well as Israel. Now, Israel and the United States took out Ayatollah Ali Khamenei in a coordinated strike on the 28th of February. Iran has now been responding by saying that we'll target Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel. That's the direct threat that's come from the Iran Revolutionary Guard Corps. How is Israel receiving this kind of news?
There's no sign of any kind of a maybe effect of such kind of news here as far as we can see. Society is as normal as the things were. And there's no discussion as such what you are talking about. But definitely, this needs to be highlighted is that it is game of nerves. There's no doubt about it. And when you say it is game of nerves, people have to somehow bring a kind of a discordance within the society so that it is used in the benefit. And to talk about the death, either the death of the leadership or to talk about the kind of a removal of the leadership is part of that game. It is only to affect the society which is in harmony, to create disharmony so that it is used in the benefit of one side. So it will continue, and it has been right from the beginning that it has been happening. So we are going to further see lots of aspects of this kind of a narrative, whether it's psychological game plan or kind of a misinformation, disinformation which will be happening using multiple mediums, which can be AI generated videos, which can be images of the leaders, which can be of the prime ministers, or let's say the top leader of Iran. I mean, misusing them or depicting them in a wrong way so as to create discordance, as I was saying, only to use it as a benefit and to create a chaos in the society. That's the important aspect of any warfare, whichever warfare it takes place. So now with the kind of hybrid warfare we talk about, or the grey zone warfare we talk about, media has become a very important part, and if not media, social media at least is part of that. So people have to exercise their decision-making power,
absolutely, yes,
so as to discriminate between what is misinformation and what is disinformation.
Absolutely. Mayank, thanks for that comprehensive update that you've given us, and I urge you to stay safe in Tel Aviv from where you're reporting. We'll now